Yeah. All right, and good evening. Welcome back to the Autumn Gold Curlers Classic. We have a potential barn burner here with Corryn Brown and Team Yoshimura, both teams coming off a pretty good start to the season. I'm Kayla Skurlick, and I'm the treasurer for the Autumn Gold Committee, and I'm here with Jared, fresh off the plane from Scotland, Aberdeen, Scotland. Ashton and I both had an inkling that this first end would be a blank, so we thought we'd bring in an interview for the first end of play with Jared here. He plays with Anton Hood and just qualified for the Olympic qualifiers, Jared?
Yeah, that's right. We go to Kelowna at the beginning of December 5th to 12th, to play in the Olympic qualifiers. Top 2 spots out of that make it to the Olympics. Yeah. So it's been a pretty exciting last couple weeks.
Yeah, so no big deal.
No,
just flew out to Scotland. A little bit of a traitor. Jared, as far as I've known him, has been Canadian, but he switched over to New Zealand a couple of years ago and never looked back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't look back either if I had to play the men's side of Canada on a regular basis.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky with my mom being from New Zealand and getting that dual passport, so... yeah, haven't really looked back since I joined Anton and the boys. Yeah, definitely really proud of their performance in Aberdeen and looking forward to going to Kelowna.
Yeah, you have a busy season too. Weirdly enough, you won New Zealand Nationals with a different team, right? So you're
going. That was a weird experience there. Being that I have to go play in the Nationals in New Zealand to be eligible to represent the country. I played with Sean Becker and the Becker brothers, and we just kind of took the title out there, which was unexpected, but now I get to go and play in the Pan Continentals as well, so I'm headed to Minnesota next week to play in the Pans.
Yeah, and Jared is also, most importantly, Ashton's roommate.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is this year.
Yeah.
He's gone most of the time, but...
Yeah, we're kind of missing each other every other week. One of us is gone. But maybe we'll get some time at home together.
That's what the summer's for, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Curling season's the busy season for us.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you go home to New Zealand, but fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll spend a summer actually in summer conditions this year instead of just living in perpetual winter.
Yeah, perpetual winter the last couple of years for sure. But it's been enjoyable for sure. Can't get away from curling that often.
Yeah, you're a year-long curler. And we see, yeah, it's a pretty open end for Team Yoshimura and Team Brown. I think it'll be a blank. Sort of in the way all of these teams at Autumn Gold have been going. We'll see a difference at the Slam for sure. If anybody's tuning in next week, I don't think you'll be seeing a lot of teams waste their one blank in the first end, unfortunately. So we should see some corner guards up at the Slam. And, of course, Team Yoshimura will be at the Slam. And correct me if I'm wrong, on the seaside at Autumn Gold, it's looking like almost 50-50 Slam field. We have Team Turnzoni out there on the ice right now, as well as Team Schwaller. Then, of course, Team Yoshimura. I know Corryn's calling out of the hand here, but it looks pretty good to me. We'll maybe stick around. Yeah, it's pretty much as good as you can get. So, Jared, I know you played 5th for Team Hood and sort of danced around the lineup. What position do you play now?
With Team Becker, I'm playing 3rd. So I'll be throwing 3rd stones, but then I'll be sweeping. Just they kind of made it
the best lineup,
yeah.
Really.
They kind of made it clear that me being the young guy, I was pretty much gonna be on the broom for for all of them. So, you know, gotta make the best of it.
Luckily, you work at a gym, so
yeah, that's for sure.
You're prepared. No, that's awesome. So you leave in 1 week. So are you even trying to get on the Calgary time zone, or are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the Minnesota time zone, which is not too far away. I think they're about an hour ahead or something like that. But no, it should be good. I got a full work week ahead, and then I head out.
Yeah, it's sort of a myth. These curlers that aren't from Canada, a lot of them are full time, but not Team New Zealand.
No, yeah, we're all full-time workers along with full-time curlers, so it's a grind, but we all make it work.
Yeah, chasing your dreams. And tell us a little bit more about the Olympic qualification in Kelowna.
Yeah, in Kelowna, so it's all the teams that didn't get the points to get straight into the Olympics. So we'll have Japan, Korea, Netherlands, the United States, China, ourselves, and then the three qualifiers from the pre-Olympic qualifiers. So that'd be the Philippines, who were top spot, and then Poland, who we played in the 2-3 game, and that was a barn burner, let down to the last stone. Poland just edged us out, but then we came back and had a solid performance against Denmark, and we got the last spot there. So we're pretty excited. It's going to be a grind there, but we're hopeful, and at the end of the day, anybody can win a curling game, so we're just going in with the highest hopes, and we're going to play our hardest.
Yeah, you guys are pretty good too. You definitely can show up, so I'm excited for you all. Looks like on Corryn's, it's still heading to Blinksville. Luckily, we have full drinks now.
Yeah.
And turkey dinner by the looks of it. So if you're wanting to come watch tomorrow, the drinks will be flowing in playoffs, and it'll be pretty much a slam quality playoff, no matter what happens out here tonight.
Yeah, definitely high quality teams here in Okotoks. Definitely worth some watching.
Yeah, I would agree. We had our B qualifications just before this, and we saw Team Kang and Ashton, who won on our side. And one more team out of the B that I commentated but can't remember in the slightest. Team Morrison. Oh yes, and I actually remember that in a really big game that could have swung either way. Both teams had opportunities for 6 points, which is so rare. And I know in our most of the time on the really late draw, which will be the last time we see this for the event next tomorrow, it'll only be 3 draws for playoffs. But in this late night draw, we've seen the ice sort of straighten up a hair. I know Mike and Dan have noticed that and are trying to get a little bit more curl, especially on those draws. And we saw that in the 4:30 game. And we just had a little bit of a spill in the booth, so let me help out. Nothing wrong with this one. This will be a pretty perfect shot.
Hit, yeah. Oh, and we take a 1 in the first end.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sort of shocked. Corryn called yes right out of the hand there.
Do you want to go down on hit weight, or
but being up 1 after 1 isn't a terrible situation going into the break. We'll just be back in a couple of seconds after we mop up a spill.
How do you feel? Okay.
It was mostly on the tablecloth anyways.
Attorneys, honey?
Do you want another drink?
No, obviously not, Caleb.
Thanks for letting me interview you, Jared.
Are you going on or am I staying?
I think we can just all, one of us is tired of talking, just switch her around.
You know what? Oh no, this one doesn't have here.
Kayla and I sound the same anyways, so.
You do sound pretty much the same, because
I
when I was
know.
watching the last game at home,
Yeah.
after my nap, I'm thinking, wow.
She's talking a lot.
It's pretty much
She's having a conversation with herself at this point. Waiting for Team Quad to decide what they're doing. Okay. Alright, and we're back. Darren Moulding made the rule way back when that when you enter Blanksville, you have to chug the rest of your drink. And if you guys have watched Team Skrillex TikToks at all, you know I do a drink of a day. Almost every event. Today, I'm not curling an event, but I'm helping run this one, so I considered myself playing in the event, just in spirit. And Jared and I both have Diet Coke and vodka, so still mixing a classic Diet Coke, crisp. This time there's no cream involved, and it tastes pretty good. So.
Yeah, unfortunately for me, cream is not a friend. So we'll keep that one out of there.
Yeah. And we'll see a little bit more action in end 2 here with Team Brown and Team Yoshimura. The centerline guard went up. And
Looks like we're just going to stop short of the house there on Yoshimura's first.
Can we measure that? Do
Oh,
like
we're
the-
going for a
and we're gonna get a
measure.
measure.
It's just
Mike
like that.
Libis, if you're watching, now's the time for you to know if your rings are out. I think this looks pretty out on the camera.
Yeah, on the camera it's looking fairly out, but
And
Corryn's got an inkling that it might be in.
we have Deadeye Deb
Yeah.
sitting beside us, and
But isn't this the spot where we thought it was?
she thinks it might be in, so maybe Jared and I are just blind.
Well, remember the pinhole was out on?
Deadeye Deb
Oh.
thinks the pinhole's out, Mike. But
Oh,
it is
and-
out,
How far out that is.
and it looked.
Whoa. That's pretty bad.
And Corinne saying, Mike, the pin is off by a lot. Maybe a bit dramatic. From the camera, it looks pretty out.
But
but-
that was pretty close on the measure, wasn't it? Okay.
But now we know, for
Now
all
we
the
know.
commentators that are coming after us tomorrow, it might be leaning a little bit to the right-hand corner.
Line's good. Still
All right, and
rim.
we'll see Corinne go around here.
Looks heavy.
Yeah, it looks like Sam Fisher's going to slip deep here.
I missed the time, but
Yeah, we saw this mistake in the last game that I commentated at 4:30 as well. The ice quickens up
like a centimeter.
like in the first
blue
couple
was
of
out.
ends by quite a bit.
be aware if
It was running around 15
That was out by,
seconds, and
like,
it's
almost
tricking
white to
teams a
white,
little bit
and it was
in the
out
Okay,
first 2
okay.
ends. It looks like we're seeing a tap. I don't see a tap on a corner guard that often.
No, it looks kind of unconventional to me.
Yep, I like it.
Me too.
I don't think they were going to get around that
No.
and be buried, so I don't mind the tap here. And I think they're saying it's up. Even if, yeah.
Yeah, look at there. Even if we split,
Yeah.
they're okay with it.
Took the words right out of my mouth. And the split's definitely there, and it looks really good. Sometimes when you split, it makes the double quite easy.
Yeah.
But with Corinne being shot in the back there, I think she's just
I
gonna
don't know.
hit the.
Well, she still
the
doesn't
open
know if
one.
that top one's in.
Dead?
Wow,
Don't either.
it doesn't look in
It doesn't look it, but
with me right up to the screen here.
the rings are right. It's not.
So Corryn just looking for a little hit and roll here behind the guard.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
I was just going to say they were
Hard.
choosing a turn.
Hard,
Maybe
you
I
gotta
wouldn't
go.
wouldn't.
Hard.
Yeah, you know, if it
throw.
over curls, they're kind of going close to
Hard,
their
you gotta
own.
go.
Watch the jam.
It's not.
Oh, sneaks by.
Just sneaks by there, and that's a really good outcome. Stuffs the corner guard and sits 2 in the rings. Team Yoshimura not loving the come around the center line guard. I honestly didn't mind coming around the center
No,
line
me
guard, if
neither.
I'm honest.
I do understand not wanting to leave your opponent's stones in the rings, but you've got hammer. Might as well try to make the most of it. Come around the guard and then put Team Brown under pressure.
Yeah, and Team Yoshimura is just such a good draw team that I don't think I would be confident that they'd hit the 8 foot on a draw,
Yeah,
no problem.
for sure.
Off and on this one a little bit. I think it's quite close.
Watch the roll here.
Really
Not quite, but
yeah.
close.
Really close
Do you
roll.
like the same way?
Man, I don't
was
like the same
10-4.
way.
No, me neither.
But it worked out the first time, and Sarah just threw it, so she makes this. It doesn't matter what we think in the booth.
Exactly. To me, it just looks like you're going to be flirting with your own guard here. Just
I
trying to get that roll.
Yeah, or
Oh,
the jam.
Clean.
But just a nice
Clean.
clean.
Whoa! Sam! Sam! Close! No, keep going, keep going! No roll, no roll, no roll, no roll. Sit.
And really,
Oh,
really
really
good
good.
shot.
Ted, good way.
That's why we're not
yeah,
up
that's
there.
why we're in the booth.
Yeah. That looked really hard from
Mais non,
that
vous avez
turn,
fait
but perfect throw. And it doesn't matter how hard it looks if you throw it perfect.
Exactly.
Now they're going to come around and chase. I'm curious if Team Yoshimura thinks that red is on now. Maybe that's why they're hitting.
Yeah, I definitely think if they're sitting shot with no other stones, they're going to put a stick to it to measure if it's in or not.
Mm-hmm. This is really, really taking off.
Looks close.
Really close.
Oh, just sneaks by. She might get the double.
I think she's got it.
Oh, look at that. What a shot.
And now it's a debate. Corryn, I don't think Corryn thinks it's in. Otherwise, she might have been playing something a little bit different.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
just giving Mike all the trust. I really think, though, if Yoshimura does play the blank on this, she'll put the stick to it and see.
Yeah, I think either way, one of the teams is going to put the stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
If we get a blank from Yoshimura, Corryn's going to measure to see if it's in to kind of force them to one.
Yeah.
If Yoshimura's hits for one, they'll put a stick to it to see if they can get two out of it.
I agree.
The blue was out. But it was in a different spot, so I don't. No.
Corryn's not confident.
No, she's not. They're still talking about if it might be in or not.
And the camera angle is angled for us just a little bit
Yeah.
to be in the benefit of red being out there. So this looks really close. Oh, just knows.
So we'll probably see Corryn try and get under here.
And
Same way!
Team Yoshimura is also not confident.
No.
Yeah, but doesn't matter if it's in or out. If Corryn gets buried here, Team Yoshimura will have to maybe play a run back on this anyway. Both teams are incredible hitting teams. Corryn plays the higher weight, probably one of the best in the field in Canada. Those higher weight hit shots, and Team Yoshimura is more opposite. They love those soft weight shots.
Go, 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 go!
Oh, look
Great
at this.
shot
Great
by
roll.
Aaron.
そんなに見えてないか。
And we're seeing the run back automatically. I thought maybe they'd chase, but it looks like they can only see a third. And I'm quite biased, but I think the Rocks and Okotoks are quite active, so maybe a third's not sticking around if you hit it.
Yeah, it looks like they might try and stick around for a corner, but with this weight, I don't know if we'll see it stick.
Really close. And
Oh, and look at
perfect.
this. And she sticks for a corner. What a nice shot.
Really nice shot.
She's just making me look like a fool up here in the booth.
Yeah, you gotta remember, these are slam teams.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
This'll be more of a question for Corryn now. She's going to end up drawing, and again, if she makes this perfect, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
15's probably close.
We might see another run back though from Yoshimura.
I think we will, and if she does overbury a shade, they could even run in that rock that is debatable right now to being in the rings. If I were Yoshi, I'd maybe think about it, just because unfortunately not knowing if it's in or out probably keeps the force alive,
Yeah.
Similar to draw the button.
even if there's nothing in the rings but that rock. Sweepers like it. This they've backed off completely now. If it ends up back tee, we'll see Yoshimura maybe freeze to it, although maybe it looks really back tee.
Looks like she'll stick around.
Yeah, it hangs around in the 12-foot there. I think the reason why they're debating if this shot is in or not is if it is in, I think they're way more inclined to play the run.
Yeah, or even the chase.
Mm-hmm.
Like they might be a piece open here. You could chase and roll open.
Yeah, and if it's not in, then they'll just play this shot, top 8, and Corryn will have a really tough time getting it out.
Yeah, it looks like they've kind of made a team decision there that it might not be in, so they're going to draw around here, try and create a skips deuce out of this one with Yoshimura's stones.
Yeah. We'll see if they get caught. Almost every draw has come up a little bit heavy in this end, so see if they talked about it, and she's going to give it to her sweepers maybe. Team Yoshimura is headed to the Olympics this year in Italy already. They've qualified. Oh, they have to qualify for the Olympics still. Never mind. They're headed to the Olympic qualifier with Jared.
Yeah, we'll see them there in Kelowna. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Japan
Just missed or missed, yeah.
playoffs last Worlds, so they were a couple points short of just qualifying.
Yeah, and I know, we'll see if this gets by.
Oh, this one's close.
Oh,
and they
just
just wrecked.
Just racked. I rarely see that from Team Yoshimura. Actually, they get by those guards by like a hair sometimes, but they almost always get by. Yeah, the Olympic qualifications get some flack that the teams maybe aren't as good at quality, but when you have slam teams playing in the Olympic qualifier, it's hard to argue that.
Yeah, and even on the men's side, we've got Zhu and the United States there, so both.
And Goskins also just
And
picked up a win.
Goskins, yeah, they just picked up a win in
the Saville Grand Prix.
Saville, so they'll be a tough team.
And I know this is an open hit, but if Corryn hits anywhere on the side closest to the center line, it's going to jam. So it's a more finesse shot than some fans would realize. Doesn't look
Might
like
be
it, though.
hanging.
I think it
Looks
looks
like it's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah, no mistake
Oh,
there.
and look at this.
Great shot by Corryn. I think we won't be seeing a measure on that.
No, we won't be.
Red
We'll
rock,
be seeing a draw for one
unfortunately.
here by Yoshimura.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes you'll see skips take the same path they just threw, and that would be the inside out around the corner. But Yoshimura just racked on that, so they don't want to take any chances. They'll throw the draw to pin path instead that they threw just 2 ends ago.
She should be close on this one.
I agree. And I would say the sweepers like it.
Yeah, with a nice clean.
Yeah. Maybe a
Oh,
bit
they're a
heavy.
little off.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're cleaning it in here. It looks pretty good. They're happy with this one.
They are. Can't get much better than that.
No.
And Yoshimura will take one to tie it going into 3. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
So I forgot to pack my trimmers. No, my trimmer.
Line's good. Line's good. Kate, whoa, let it work a bit. Sarah's close, Sarah's close. Line's good, line's good. Wait only, right here. All right, Sarah, go, Sarah, go, 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 go. Good spot. 14.
All right, and we are back with end number 3, all tied up to start off here.
Yeah, we're welcoming Ashton. I feel like I should introduce you. We're welcoming Ashton to the booth. We haven't seen Jared in forever, and we decided we were going to do this 3-man, much like Team Morrison did today. So doing it 3-man to commentate this game. So welcome, Ashton.
Thanks. Got some feedback from one of our viewers, said that we sound the same. So
Yeah, so that's why I have to introduce you. I'll do a little round the rings update here. Although we're seeing quite an entertaining start to the 3rd end here with Yoshimura and Brown. We have Team Turnzoni and Team Ha playing right now. Turnzoni's up 1 in the 3rd end. Team Park and Team Schwaller are also playing, and Team Schwaller took the lead there, 1-0 to start off. And then Team Richards and Team Weno are also playing. It's a win and you're in, and for all of these teams, and Team Richards is up 1. And I know we got some comments on the live stream cheering for Team Goskins in the Savo Grand Prix. I'll have to agree to disagree. I'm a huge Van Amsterdam fan, unfortunately, so I was a little bit heartbroken to see them lose in the extra end there. Although I do like Team Goskins any other time.
Yeah, nice to go here then. Yep.
and a little update for any Jays fans out there. Seattle is up 3-1 in the 9th. So this is Jay's last chance to at least tie it to go into extra innings. Not the start I wanted to see from the Blue Jays, but luckily there's a few more games to go.
Well, this game's not over, Ashton.
Well,
yeah.
that's true. No strikes.
Have some faith. Have some faith.
Guerrero is batting, so.
So you're telling me we have a chance. We're seeing a run back here. It looks, I know they're right off, but it looks pretty close.
Oh, and just catches their back red one, but pretty good shots nonetheless.
Really, really good shot. Corryn is going to take her opportunity to blank this end, and looks like Ashton will be running out to get us more drinks after. I don't think Sarah's going to miss this one, so we're heading straight to Blanksville with a triple. So no complaints, but really, really good shots.
Yes! Hard!
Calling right out of the hand here. Let's see if
Maybe I
Sam's
jinxed
able
it.
to hold this one.
Anything, Aaron. Go, 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 go.
Calling
go, go, go,
anything.
go,
I
go,
think
go.
this one will stick around to stay as a guard.
Okay, maybe I jinxed this.
You did. No drinks for you yet.
I'm pretty sure it'll still be a blank, but maybe.
Throwing up a center guard. We might be heading to a little bit more of an aggressive end here. Still early in seconds rocks.
Yeah, I agree. So, if teams don't know, or if people don't know, Team Brown just came off of the PointsBet final, so all-Canadian competition to kick off sort of our Canadian curling season, and she played Rachel Holman, tough team to beat. I think she's lost one game this season. Unfortunately, Corryn couldn't give her second loss of the year and lost that final, but she was absolutely dominant in that event, and Corryn started out really well in the A final as well in this event, and is grinded through now to play in the C final, which sometimes you think the C final is not the best quality of teams, but that's just not the case here at Autumn Gold. We have a lot of slam teams here, so it's an accomplishment in itself to play that many games last week and then also be in the C final on this Sunday night.
Looks like this one is floating. See if this catches a piece of the red. Just does, but it only pushes it to another corner guard on the other side.
Yeah, Yoshimura isn't thinking it's a good enough corner, so she'll use it as a center to come around it and try to force here a little bit.
Might grab a little bit of piece of the forefoot to get fully buried if you're right T line, but
yeah, I'm shocked to see that that's sort of rare for Sarah to miss those two. Just a little bit of an over adjustment. She was a bit tight on the first one and then a bit wide on the second. You're not going to see that very often.
leaving this one be. Looks like this one's going to come a little bit deep in the house. Maybe thought that it was going to be a fresher path. Really starting to grind now. Not a ton of curl on this.
I think it's just a little bit heavy. Still lots and lots of finish. It's going to get almost buried there. Still enough to hit. I think we're just seeing a little bit of errors on the heavy side in this first half of the game.
And this is Yoshimura's second game of the day. They played back-to-back, played the draw before this, and Brown had a draw off. So,
yeah, I think it's both of their third game of the day. Yeah.
The C at Autumn Gold is always a grind. Any C event in a triple is, you know, it's going to be a grind. Coming through the C, it's usually 3 back-to-back games for the day. Little bit of an error there with Aaron's rock. Just undercurled a bit, so Yoshimura will have the same shot, taking quite a bit less broom here. After their last one, seeing that it undercurled a little bit. Liking the way to start, just starting off with a heavy plow. Still not quite moving as much as they'd like, so they have a carver on it. Try to get it a little more tucked behind that guard.
Should get pretty close.
Good shot there.
Yep. Hacker board!
You'd see some teams freezing on this, just having it be on the T line, but Corryn's going to chase it. Not a bad call there.
They must be able to see half to or a quarter to half of this rock if they're throwing hack board at it. Usually if you only see a quarter, less than a quarter, you're throwing a freeze tap.
Yep. And they must really want the
Close,
blank.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes!
This is really starting to go on them.
Hard!
And
Oh, it just got by. Great sweep
whoa
by
just
Sam
located.
Fisher.
yeah, really good sweep. Oh my god, that's when you just say the Supers made the shot.
Yeah.
Not that Aaron threw it bad. Both of these teams, and I know we're seeing some uncharacteristic misses from them, both of these teams are playing their third event in a row. With Yoshimura already, this is their 6th event, and for Corryn, I believe it's their 5th event of the year already. So a lot of early curling for both of these teams. And with Autumn Gold, it's always a grind. I think both of these teams played a minimum of 6 or 7 games already, so might be a little bit tired on this late Sunday night.
Calling off right out of her hand. Not calling the knife yet, though, so it looks like they're just going to nose this one.
And that's pure confidence that there's not a single pick on the ice.
Yeah.
Honestly, a testament to Okotoks curling conditions, because I know
I'd be getting yelled at. Clean!
Yeah. That's exactly it. Corryn's happy to see this open, though. I think she's just going to nose this and go into the blank.
10-5.
And I think Yoshimura is playing it sort of the same. They didn't want to roll that anyway either behind a guard, so they might both be happy with the blank here. It's really early in the game.
Yeah, and just with that being in the back of the rings, if they try to roll underneath their guard, they're sitting back of the rings anyway, and it just opens up a possibility for Corryn to get a skipper's deuce in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a nice clean here, easy scrub. Looks like Corryn's just going to make a nose hit there. Good shot.
And Cheryl's asking if I know the times for the games tomorrow. I very much do. So let me tell you, our quarterfinals are at 8:30 in the morning Mountain Standard. And then our ice techs hop on the ice to do a very quick ice maintenance, because it's 12 p.m. for the semis and then 3:30 p.m. for the final. All Mountain Standard Time.
And I personally have to say I love seeing things in Mountain Standard Time. For the past week, I've been looking at times for Aberdeen, Scotland. So doing that conversion, much easier to look at my own time zone, that's for sure. And Yoshimura just trying to roll over to her guard. Was trying to get roll buried there, just so Corryn's shot here for a blank was a lot harder.
Yeah, it swept it the whole way for it just to under-roll there. They must have been a little bit shocked with the weight, or...
We've been seeing that from a couple of teams, though, especially in the last game, hitting it right out of the hand and then calling whoa in the carve. So I think teams are either seeing something from the throw or just expecting it to curl a lot.
I know Corryn called on, but it looked like a really good throw from my end.
It is really moving over, but it looks like it'll just be an easy blank for end number 3.
And let us go chug our drinks, and we'll be back in the 4th end.
Good end.
はいいよ。
And we are back in the fourth end. Believe that centerline guard just hung on there. It's the second time that is just hung on to the line. And Corryn won't throw the corner. She'll go around. Playing a really defensive deuce.
Line's good. Yeah, line, yeah, line. Hard line. Line's good, line's good. Line's good, wait only. Hard then. Top 4 if you can. Curl then.
Really good sweep there.
Really
Doesn't
nice
look
stroke.
like they're that tired.
No. End to end there almost.
Yeah. For a perfect shot.
Yeah.
Can't get much better than that. Yoshimura will have to freeze on top. Jared, tell me a little bit about the Olympic qualification format. Do you play all the teams as a full round robin, or you don't know? You've got other things to worry about. You're going to the Pans, so
I'm just worried about the next event right now.
that's fair.
But at the Pans, it's another round robin, so
Full
we'll get to
round
play
robin.
all the teams there. And yeah, we got to be top 5 if the U.S. is in the top 5. So to qualify for Worlds, but that will also be a grind.
Man,
A lot of good teams there.
every single event you play this year is just insanely
Yeah,
full of
just
pressure.
top tier teams.
Yeah, that is crazy. Wow. Wow, so your main competition is Team USA then?
So there's going to be the U.S., Canada.
Of course.
So that'll be Brad Jacobs' team coming off the win last year.
And,
So funny enough, their coach is actually my boss at the Glencoe Club, Paul Webster. So it'll be a bit of a rivalry out there on the ice when we're playing each other.
So obviously he gives you tips as well. Is that
Yeah,
how that
hopefully.
works?
Get some insider information if I can. Don't know how much he'll let on there.
Hard line, keep it moving. Keep it moving for line. Keep it moving. Hard line. Hard line. Keep it moving, keep it moving. Keep
These
it moving, keep it
sweepers
moving,
have
keep it moving,
coast to
keep it moving.
coasted, I think, both of those rocks almost to the perfect position. Maybe a little bit short, but really good sweep there. Yeah, is it strange playing on 2 teams, or is it not a big deal?
Yeah, it's a little strange, different team dynamics for each team. Being with Anton and the boys, I'm the 5th and kind of help coaching as well. Definitely support from the bench and off-ice duties. And then being with Becker, I'm in the 3rd man spot and sweeping, so yeah, definitely just different aspects to the game for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes, even if you're in the full lineup as a skip, you still have a lot of off-ice duties. So.
Yeah.
So probably just getting you prepped again to skip later
Oh,
on in your
geez.
career.
I don't know if I'll ever go back to skipping. I was actually a very happy lead at one point.
Really good shot by Team Yoshimura there. I don't think you can get much better than that. Corryn's going to have to
No.
follow it down. The other option, of course, was maybe to start ripping, but Corryn's going to play with a little bit more rocks, which I think we both love to see.
Yeah, definitely makes viewership a little more interesting.
Historically, and I know I've mentioned, but Corryn used to play with very few rocks, and she's seen so much success as soon as she started putting rocks in play. So, very similar to Yoshimura, actually.
Yeah, line.
Okay.
Plays with quite a few rocks,
Hard
so
line.
very
Yeah,
exciting.
definitely being a drawing team, they'd be
Yep.
a lot more comfortable with rocks in play.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go.
This
This
one
is
looks
really
close.
close.
Oh, and
Oh.
they just wreck on the top there.
Yeah, not
Not bad
not
though.
the worst outcome.
Just
I
tucks a
don't-
piece and makes it hard for Yoshimura to deal with.
And who shot rock?
Well, looks like she'll tell
Yoshimura
us there.
thinks it's red.
Yoshi's second.
絶妙だね。思った位置じゃなかったな。
We'll let them analyze first.
うわ、微妙。
Deadeye Deb thinks it's red, and honestly,
好きじゃんこれが。
that's we should just go out there and tell the teams. No need for them to keep looking at the rocks. I've never seen her wrong, not once in my life, and I've played in Okotoks a long time.
ダブルはないな。
So you'll see a little bit of a different
跳ね返んないんじゃない？
curling team culture that I know we've mentioned a little bit. Corryn Brown, more traditional. She'll call a lot of the shots on her own. She's really smart skip, honestly, and of course Erin and team are there to support when she needs a little bit of help. But Team Yoshimura sort of skips by committee, as Kyler said, and all of them come down and give their opinion on where to put the rock.
一旦置く？
A lot more of the time than you'll see our Canadian skips do the same thing.
うんうん。だからこう出すか。
I don't mind it, but it
待って相手
leads
だった
to
ら
a
何
lot
さ
of
れたく
team
ない？
discussions.
A lot of team discussions, and then when you're on the clock, it can waste a little bit more time.
I agree.
So, but they look happy to
積まれた方がいいかもね。うん、オッケー。
talk it through and make sure that they're all on the same page here.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, and they definitely Ash and I had just played them in the slam 3 weeks ago, and they definitely play with limited time left in the last end, but they manage very well. So we all have the same time on our clocks.
Yep.
Doesn't matter how we use
ちょい
it.
斜め。
And if you ever watched a Kevin Cooey game, it doesn't matter how much time you have left. As long as you get the stone over the tee line before that clock runs out, you're all good.
Exactly. Exactly. When you skip by committee, sometimes the skip can be in the hack waiting.
Yep.
So we'll see. It sounds like a freeze.
ちょっとリース置きよ。待って。
Freeze top 8ish shot on this one.
Yeah, just a little setup shot here.
Exactly. And Corryn, I can't see this not made, so when this is all said and done, Corryn's going to have a little bit of work to do.
This one looks really good.
And now there's no debate.
No debate. Yoshimura will be sitting
あ、ナイスイ
second
ップ、ナイスイップ、
Yeah.
ありがとう。
With a stagger up there.
with a stagger, but also with a chance to have the run back there and
Yeah.
Like
get the
hit
double
here.
on the yellows.
Yeah.
If so choose.
Corryn's going to
Just
start
smooth.
bailing.
Or peel.
Can you elaborate on the smooth there? What would Corryn want as a smooth takeout
God,
considered?
I am debating that.
Yeah.
I sort of thought it was just a throw with no set, but I think it's actually more of a
Whoa.
lightweight peel. Both are smooth.
Yep, other way, yep.
This is,
Looks really close.
that was pretty smooth.
Pretty smooth.
And I know people might be thinking, okay, Corryn left a guard up. Okay, Corryn left a few reds in the rings, but that looks a lot better than what it did
Yeah.
a shot ago.
As long as you open up the center there, she'll have a shot on her last, at least for one.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
And
there's still quite a few rocks here to come.
もうちょっと欲しいけど。無理か。
Yoshimura will still have that red double.
いや、いけるかなっていう
Corryn almost would have liked to have that yellow roll a little bit less.
Yeah, kind of cover the reds
で
there
きるだけ
maybe.
やったよね
Mm-hmm.
Cap off this
急
little
にこっち
run.
出るんか
Yeah.
Because you might end up seeing Yoshimura sitting 4 after this one.
か、一旦ガードか。相手は超えてやるしかないよね。
And I'm getting called away by the committee, so that's why we have 3 men in the booth. So I'm gonna pass off the mic to Ashton here, and she can walk us through the last half of the end with Jared.
And Kayla's off to do her autumn gold duties. Don't worry, we sound very similar, so won't even be able to tell. But can't quite see all of this red here. If they decide to throw peel at this and spill both of the yellows, which I think they will have to do to try and spill both, I think that Corryn will have a few opportunities to get rid of some rocks with doubles. I don't think all of the reds will be lined up anymore. I'm running a little bit wide here. It looks like this red will actually spill out.
Oh, it might spill 2 reds. No, it'll just hang on.
Hang on, but it does leave Corryn in a little bit better of a situation. Now she isn't looking at potentially 3 reds around the forefoot.
Yeah, and a little hit and roll behind here makes it hard for Yoshimura to get at. Might set up for a deuce here after all.
Yeah, this is a really hard hit and roll behind the guard. I think you can only see edge to edge from the hack, which just means that there's no space in between those, in between the guard and the red.
It's close.
Curl!
And the curl sweeper on here.
Yeah, we've seen this spot a few times before under curl.
This way, straight.
Looks like we're gonna roll the other way.
Just a little bit. This gives Yoshimura an opportunity to roll behind the guard now. Yoshimura not curling this one, although it looks like it's just going to roll out. I'm surprised they wouldn't have called the knife on that shot at the very minimum to try and stay in the rings on that. Now Corryn's going to have an opportunity to go behind this guard, especially with it being off center. It takes a lot of the pressure off, especially giving that forefoot open for her should she need it on her last.
Little bit early.
And the sweepers like it right away. Corryn calling a little bit early for line, but this is actually what we've seen as a pretty straight spot or relatively less curly spot on the ice.
Kate, now curl.
It's looking really good as it comes in.
And a great shot there.
15-1.
And that'll force Yoshimura to try and corner freeze on this. Even if they're not shot out of this in the end, just trying to make it as hard for Corryn to score 2 as possible. Not a lot of ice here to go around this guard and freeze on to a top 8.
We might see them just sneak past this top guard with that ice.
Yeah, they're really, really good at doing that. They call a lot of their shots quite close to the guard.
Which is kind of surprising to me, being a slam team with the swing on slam ice, that you usually want to get by a guard fairly with a lot of room left just so you can curl to finish behind it.
Yeah, that's true. I've been caught on that a couple of times. They like it so far.
Yoshi thinking might be a little bit heavy. Don't really want to bounce on this line.
Definitely look. They're gonna try and go around that yellow now, but I think it's a lot of weight. Gonna slip back 8 here.
I think we'll see Corryn just try and draw around again.
What a turn of events in this end. Yoshimura was looking really good to give Corryn some really hard shots, but just that wide peel really have just opened up opportunities for Corryn to come in and potentially get a skips deuce. Taking a little bit more ice than Yoshimura decided to take here. I like it out of the hand. Maybe a little bit light. Sam started on it a little bit early, but just a clean right now. Seems to be curling nice. Must be pretty quick in this spot. Just timed that one and ran a 15.5 to full 8 with not a lot of sweeping. They weren't really pounding that, so pretty quick in that spot, which is why we might see that it's running a little bit straighter.
Oh yeah, by a mile.
Ashton, what are you playing here? Are you playing the run double? Or are you drawing around back 4, trying to force Corryn to draw for her one?
Ooh. You know, I think this is more of like a skipper's preference thing. Luckily I don't have to throw these. Me all day I'm throwing the run, but I'm a second, so I throw with a lot less risk. But typically I think I would see Kayla throw the draw to the back 4, because even if you're half tucked behind that yellow shot, right, or behind that yellow one in the top 8 foot, you have that catcher in the back, and if you hit half and you're rolling out, or if you hit half and it dead nuts on that back one back there, I think you're sitting second or third shot, depending on where your Corryn's rolls in the end. The run back is hard because you're never getting both yellows out and spilling the yellow guard. I think you only ever pick off one. And if you make a really good draw to just catch a piece of that back 4, it's a hard shot for Corryn to get it out. She's going to have to play a low weight tap.
Yeah, I think Yoshi will definitely be happy with a force here after the way this end has played out. And looks like we're going to see her make that draw to the back 4.
The only other option is, I think you can see a little bit of that yellow one. Could try and pick it out. I think it jams potentially on that side red one, but you have that one in the back 8, and you have that one sitting in the top 12 foot there. So the only other option, I think you can see enough of it to pick it out. Potentially, you might get a little piece and potentially double if you pick it out, but you might not have a ton of it. And especially in such a straight spot, you never want to flash. It's the thing, you never really want to rack on that card either. So I think this is the safest call for them at the moment.
Yeah, I think the pick there would be a really risky shot for sure. You risk giving up a 3 instead of a possible single or even a steal here if she makes it perfectly.
Yeah, and they've seen so many rocks down this path. You gotta think it's polished, but it also doesn't curl a ton. So you're probably gonna see them try to curl it after they know that they're by that top yellow one. It is really moving.
It is. Looks like they're going to be close to this top yellow.
I think they're maybe
Oh,
on
they're
the yellow.
on the yellow.
Really unfortunate. They've seen that path so many times, and I wonder if she threw it a little bit different. But they've seen it run there straight so many times.
Now Corryn will have that opportunity to draw for 3.
Yeah, and this path hasn't been touched for a really, really long time. The thing we saw in the other game was that they were actually dying a little bit coming into the house when the path has been left for a while.
The sweepers for Corryn as well, Sam and Sarah, will have to manage this one with that top red one in the 12-foot there. So we might see Sarah Colton try and carve it in past that red one at the end here.
Okay, they like it out of her hand for line. Sam is starting on it a little bit early.
They're liking the line.
And you know, this looks pretty close. Sweepers are just dusting it in there.
This one looks really good. This looks like they're going to put it on the pin.
Can't get any better than that playing an even end here.
Definitely not.
Yep, so Corryn Brown will go up 4-1, and we'll see you in the next end.
Hey, ooh. Line's a little tight. Wait, but line's tight. You'll probably end up like here. Line's holding. Okay, good sweep. 15-3 there.
We're back to kick off the 5th end here. Looks like we're going to see a corner guard come up.
And we'll do a little around the rings update here for everybody. Tiernzoni and Ha, they are tied 1-1 in the 5th. Park versus Schwaller. Schwaller is up 3-0 in the 4th end there. And Richards versus Ueno
Whoa,
Yeah.
bit of room,
is Richards is up 2-1 in the 4th.
Close. Close.
Definitely some barn burners out
I hear
here.
you.
Even in the last draw we
Aaron,
just saw,
Aaron.
a lot of the front half
Aaron.
are very low scoring. And then things really started to rack up in points
14-1.
in that later half of the game for sure.
Ueno just took a 1, so they'll go 2-2 tied into the 5th with Richards having hammer.
Right out of the hand here for Team Yoshimura. they're going to want to try and get this as even as they possibly can so that they don't set up a double on those guards. Looking like they're just trying to work this one over.
Hey. Like right on center. You're in, it's okay.
Kind of in an unfortunate spot for a corner guard. Still
This way,
guarding
Kobe,
the
better.
8-foot, but they just kind of choked off their draw, so they don't have a draw path into the 4-foot on that out-turn side anymore. So now you'll see Corryn Brown guard kind of half and half or right on the A of that ATB. Because not only guards that their yellow stones, but it also chokes off any draw potential that Team Yoshimura will have around that
just let
high
it sit.
red guard.
No, go if you have room, Aaron.
Although this one is looking deep, like
I
it
think you're okay. I think
might
you're okay. Line's okay. Line's fine. Line's fine. Line's fine.
be very, very close to the rings.
Yeah, just pulls up in time there.
Sandy, I liked how you
That's a
threw
great tight guard for them.
Looks like we're going to see Yoshimura just try and split this guard in and roll to a corner. Try and give themselves a double corner on the right-hand side as we see it.
Looks like they're just talking about the path here. This looks pretty close. They've been kind of off and on it, but it looks like it's not quite gonna curl up as much as they wanted to. They'll overroll a bit. Might spill into the rings for them, though not quite. But that one will work as a corner guard for them.
Just that one. What's that? This is not on. Just that one.
Looks like Team Brown is going to be ripping the guard here.
Yeah, for Team Brown, as long as you rip a guard, the less chance of a big end for Yoshimura.
Yeah, and opting, usually when you're peeling off corner guards, you're going to want to peel off the closer one to the house. But I think that red one over on the right or the left-hand side of the screen, kind of a little hard to peel that one out. You can't throw the intern at it because you're stuffing it into the middle. But if you're hitting 3/4 of that rock, potentially you're jamming it into your own yellow stone and kind of giving Yoshimura a free one into the house.
Yoshimura just gonna look to draw around here.
Liking it out of the hand. Just kind of like a nice, easy, clean. It is starting to go now. Seems to look like a pretty good shot.
Yeah, fully buried there, top 8. Oh, might show a piece.
Ooh, I think yellow is still shot over that top red one.
You want to just try this thin? Do you like that? Peel? Sorry? Yeah.
Corryn opting to hit this one thin, just to make sure that they're not racking on their side yellow one there. Also, potentially, hopefully getting that one on the other side there. Calling right off to begin with. They might get a little bit lucky here if it undercurls to get the one in the back.
Just like you say, they do.
Little bit of luck there by
Yeah.
Team Brown, but all in all works out pretty well for them.
You know, and even on the best day, the best teams in the world get a little bit lucky.
Yeah, I've definitely been there before, especially with some double peels. Sometimes the saying goes, you've thrown it so bad to miss that you've actually made a better shot out of it, which I've definitely had the fortune of knowing before. This one looks a little bit heavier. They're right off of it. And also staying pretty straight, so I think you're going to see this one go to the back 8, back 12. Starting to grind a little bit. Looks like it will stay in the rings for them. We'll sit, I think as third shot. I think that yellow's still shot over that back red one here.
I would have to agree.
And Deadeye Deb agrees with me here, so.
We're just going to see Corryn go for the same one here. Just peel, maybe try and get the double peel.
Yep.
And calling it out of her hand most likely means that she's pretty close, but.
Whoa.
Don't want to jam this on your side one. No, she's made it
And she's made it really nice.
Nice throw.
Now, Jared, in this situation, what would you be playing? Because you're sitting in the back 8, so maybe hopefully thinking that rock is eventually going to count this end, but what in this situation, what are you playing?
I would have to agree with Yoshimura here. Maybe throw the freeze, make Corryn make some kind of peel weight shot on that one. Give yourself a little more room in the house. Maybe you then draw around your wide corner.
Yeah, and this one looking pretty heavy. It is starting to curl and grind at the very end. Looks like it will be good.
Just a little bump.
Perfect. Probably getting a little bit fortunate there. That's a little bit of a fresh path.
Yeah.
I don't know if they throw that weight again, if that'll grind like that for them.
No, and I think we'll see Corryn here try and make the back double.
I don't think he'll do much here.
And maybe even lose their yellow one in the back there, just to not give Yoshimura another freeze attempt.
Hair low with peel. Hair low. Just follow through on the back one, Sarah.
And Corryn asking to follow through on that back red. Just as she ever hits this on nose or a little bit high side, I think that they're going to want to try and sweep that probably as hard as they can to try and get that red out of there.
Whoa.
Bigger set there by Corryn. This one's floating a little bit. It looks like it will hit nose. I think they will be able to sneak this one out.
Oh, and she does.
Nice.
Oh, might just hang
Great
on,
shot.
but leaves Corryn sitting 3. What a great shot by Corryn.
Yeah, and great that they're able to punch that back red out. So now Yoshimura is no longer sitting third shot, so you're gonna see them try to dead freeze nose to this yellow one. Sweepers know this path a little bit better now. They just saw it with their thirds first, so they'll be able to have a little bit better read on the path this time. Looks like they're switching out rocks. That makes me wonder if they've opted to give their skip a cutter. You'll see that now in slams, especially with some of our top teams like Rachel Holman or Brad Jacobs. They often choose to have a cutter in either the skips or the thirds hands. And when I talk about what a cutter is, it just curls a little bit more than the rest of curls more than the rest of your rocks. So sometimes we call them pigs, which just means that they not only curl more, but they also die a lot harder than the rest of the rocks.
Yeah, but if you can manage that as a top team, you can bury around guards that maybe the other team won't even have a chance to get behind.
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a weapon to have a cutter when your ice is a little bit straight. Not that Okotoks is ever straight. You usually get a good amount of swing here, but in some rinks you're taking middle of the 8 to get to pin, which can be a little bit hard for these slam teams coming in and trying to really warp around the guards that they're used to throwing middle of 12 from in the slams. So
And as we see there, Yoshimura just coming up short,
Those tappers are
leaving
the worst.
Corryn sitting the 3, and with a very good chance at stealing here.
Pretty far.
Yeah, that's probably the last thing that she wanted to do. Even if you were a little bit heavy there and you bumped a little bit, might force an error out
That
of
was my
Corryn
first thought,
Brown.
was
But
that.
now you've just guarded her rock, and
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to even score 1. Makes me wonder if
Should we error wider?
Yoshimura does have a cutter and
Yeah.
a grinder.
Same weight that I've been giving
They
you,
just
probably?
threw in that spot
Maybe a
and
hair
watched
less
it
than that last
glide
draw?
pretty good. They were right off of it. So for their
14.8.
skipper's draw to come up that light makes me wonder if she does have a little bit of a pig in her hands.
Do you like this broom? Do you like this broom? Sorry, more like my first one?
They're guessing who's commentating. Do you want to let them know if it's Ashton or Kayla?
Keith, you would be correct. Ashton has stepped in for Kayla. Kayla just stepped back into the booth.
Yeah, Kayla and I's voices are a little bit harder to pick out. Being sisters, we get told a lot of the time that we sound very, very similar.
This one coming just top 8. What a perfect stone from Corryn.
Yeah, and now you're going to see a hard shot be forced for Yoshimura. I think the only couple of options I see for them to actually get shot, I mean, ultimately very hard shots, but you have a thick in off of what Yoshimura is pointing out here. The only other shot I see to potentially get to the pin is actually that really far off red to tap it into the forefoot.
What about the spinner?
The spinner,
Ooh, spinner
yeah.
it could.
Spinner like
I-
Kitazawa did
yeah.
earlier in this event.
I don't
That
know.
was a great shot.
I don't know if I'm throwing the spinner against 4 though. That one might be a hard pull. At least Kitazawa was already sitting the 1. It was for 2, but this is I think this is the best shot call that they can make. Obviously a very hard shot, but ultimately one of their only shots. You gotta hit this really thick though, so. And and Kayla's making some comments here. They're playing the out turn, which means that with the gear effect of the rocks, it's. Oh, well, they've bamboozled us all. They're actually playing the in turn.
She looks close here.
Looks really close. Oh, baby,
Oh.
and what a shot,
shot
by
from
Yoshimura.
And Yoshimura will take 1.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why that they're the Olympic reps for Japan. Really showing their strengths there.
And going into this 5th end break, it'll be 4-2 for Brown. And we'll see you guys in a minute.
And we're back at the Autumn Gold Curling Classic in the 6th end. Corryn Brown is leading 4-2 here with hammer against Yoshimura. I'll do a little bit of a sheet update across the sheets. We have Team Schwaller versus Team Park. Schwaller scored 1 in the first end and then stole.
Line's good.
They are now leading Team Park 3-2 with hammer.
Sarah.
Team Richards
Just here,
versus
though, just
Team
here.
Ueno are tied. Team Richards has hammer going into the 5th end. And then as we get onto this side of the ice surface, we have Team Turnzoni versus Team Ha. A crazy seaside game because they're ranked number 2 and number 4, I believe, in the world. And it's tied 1-1 right now with Team Turnzoni having hammer and a pile of blanks in this end, or in this game. And then, of course, our feature game, Team Brown versus Team Yoshimura. Brown's up 2. Really dominant performance by Team Brown so far. I should also clarify I'm Kayla. Sebastian and I switched off. I'm back. And back with Jared Polinak. The 5th / what position do you play when you curl with the 3rd?
Yeah, 5th/3rd. So 5th with Anton Hood and then 3rd with Sean Becker.
Yeah, for Team New Zealand.
For Team New Zealand.
Do you like hack?
And more importantly, Ashton's roommate. And one of my ex-roommates as well. Collection of roommates I had back in the day.
Yeah,
Hey,
what a
we're
living
shot.
situation that was. Living with 3 females in one house.
And all played on the same junior curling team. That was really good when we lost that final on sheet 2 in Okotoks.
Yeah, I think I might have spent a week in my room.
I think I might have spent a week in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but Jared and I lived together for 1 year, and he decided never again. So.
Little bit. Line's good.
Looks like a good start to the end here for
Hard
both
line.
teams.
Yeah, really good. This is looking like
Hard
a mixed doubles
line.
end.
It is.
Which I love to
Where?
see.
Hard then. Hard. Keep it moving.
God, these sweepers are just so good.
Get low. Go.
Coast to coast did that pretty much. And I know it's a bit short, but really good shot.
Yeah, really good rock positioning there, leaving your stones in front of the other teams. Hard for them to remove.
And really, really good line, which is just so important. I think people don't credit that enough.
Yeah, definitely as you get up into these higher ranking teams playing each other, the more the rock position matters.
Yeah.
Because you'll have teams that can make shots that a lot of the lower ranked teams don't even think about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. Yoshimura is going to have a chance here. They're going to use Corryn's rock that she just threw, or Sam Fisher just threw, as a guard and come around to freeze on that back 4 rock. It's interesting in Canada, in Japan you see all the team members living together in the same city, but in Canada you don't see that as often. You see team members spread across Canada playing together. That's not the case with Corryn Brown's team. They actually all live in BC, train together quite regularly. Erin and Corryn, fun fact, they're pretty much Ashton and I. They've curled together since they're 6 years old.
Wow, that's a long time.
Didn't even take a sabbatical. Ashton and I needed a 1-year sabbatical. Corryn and Erin definitely didn't. It's paying off.
Okay.
Sam also really long time lead for Corryn Brown. But not 6 years old, long time.
よりはちょっと外通ってるね。ずーっと入ってるしね、最初から最後まで相手は。16。Yep! Yes!
And Corryn's decided to bail here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I think it's looking
Roll
like
your
just the
way,
straight
roll your way,
peel.
go, go,
Straight
go.
peel, yeah.
Maybe stick around for a corner. Sorry, apologies. I don't know if they'll get the chance to use their corner, but
あ、でもこっちだったらタッ
it
プで
did
きるよ
stick
ね。
around for a corner.
あ、される分にはいいんじゃない？もう一回いけるから。
Yoshimura is a team we've played both of these teams so far in our season. Lost to Corryn just last week and beat Team Yoshimura. Both teams play with a ton of rocks, and they're not that afraid
ちょっと幅あるわ。
ever
待って、
to
カホ、
make
カ
a
ホ、
big
カ
shot
ホ。
on their last. So it'll be a fun finish, that's for sure, or a quick finish.
Yeah.
That's sort of the way it goes with these teams, but I like the bold calls here. Yoshimura really wants to steal, and she's essentially got two centerline guards up right now.
ナイスイップ、ナイスイップ。
I know that one in the top 12 doesn't look like a centerline guard, but it is one with this ace.
私のこの1投目のやつと押せる配置だよね。ワンに向かって。
We're going to see Sarah here try and make another run back.
Yeah,
Whoa!
called close out of the hand, but
Go, 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 go.
Oh. And just another.
just under curled. It was quite a high guard, honestly, so really hard run back.
Not a bad result though.
No, really good result. Yoshimura, although sitting in the top of the forefoot, both of those rocks aren't shot right now, so they have a little bit of work to do to steal. It's just going to be a timing thing. How many rocks do you waste as a skip that you know Corryn's going to peel before you play a tap?
2ちょっと弱い。うん。いいよ、ウェイトいいよ。2半。2半。オッケー。ちょっと近いよ。あ、ちょっと。
This one is coming quite close.
Okay.
Still in the guard zone, but
But slipping that deep really makes this run a lot easier for Team Brown and Aaron.
Smooth.
There's that smooth call again, Kayla.
I'm gonna time it. I have to know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to pull Corryn Brown aside and ask her.
Whoa! No! 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 No!
Oh,
No!
looks like it was just set back out of her hand there.
No, Sarah, it's fine.
We're just gonna get that single peel.
Yeah, I think smooth is like 8 seconds, 7 and a
Maybe.
half, 8 seconds.
Just a nice controllable peel weight.
Yeah. In the women's game right now, and I don't know about the men's game, but in the women's game, we're seeing our peels be around like 6, 5, 7 seconds ish, like across the board for our sort of top 25 teams. And then a firm is what our team calls it, is like a 8 to 8.5 ish second peel.
Yeah, so on Team Hood, we actually have a couple different of the upper weight shots. So our peel is about a 6.5, or if we ask for more, it's a bit of a chuck.
Yeah. You just call those ones bombs.
Yeah. And then we go down to firm, which is a 7.5, and then we have a call which is Mackie, which is an 8.5, but it's a Maori word for not quite enough. So
okay, so that's pretty cool actually. You got a bunch of different weights going on there. Yeah, I think it's mostly team preference. I know most teams will call like a control, normal, board hack. Tyler Tardy called fresh
I do remember
1
that.
year in juniors. Still don't know what that means. Luckily, I didn't have to play him, so didn't feel the need to ask. But you can call any weight you want out there.
Yeah.
As long as your team knows what it means, feel free. Even if they don't. Skips can say whatever they want.
Exactly. Hey, it might even be a tactical advantage out there.
Clean.
That's what Tyler thought when I asked.
Clean. Good. Watch
Just
the
make
side.
sure that
Watch
the other
side.
team never learns what you're.
They don't need stopwatch.
Yeah.
They, in juniors,
No.
you just throw your stopwatches to the side, actually. I don't think Kevin Cooey kept the same mantra when he picked up Tyler, unfortunately. Would have been good, but
そうだね。残ると思う。
No, I think Kevin
むしろ
Cooey's
そこの
mind
方がい
games
いね。
are
ちょっとこれ
that he
話させ
can
ていい
make
から
any shot.
yeah, it's not much
Against
of a
anybody,
game,
so-
just facts.
Yeah.
多分まあこの
No need to play mind
Yeah, in
games
less than
when
2
you just
seconds,
are
for
that
sure.
good.
あ開きは
We'll
して
see
ないね。
Yoshimura here. This is sort of a TSN turning point.
Yeah, if she can get this one
うん。
tapped, buried onto
Yeah.
the backstone there, really makes it hard for Corryn to get in
見え
there
てる
and
限り
score
扱
her
ってない
one.
感じ。
Yeah, and you
Hatsume.
don't see Team Yoshimura playing scared that often, but I think the reason for this discussion is they never want to tap this to a double or a triple.
No.
And then Corryn's looking at a potential 2 to 3 points on the board, so they're just playing this a bit cautiously to make sure they're at the very minimum forcing here after an extremely well played end. And I think even though Corryn's sitting one in the back, I don't think she'd be mad if she got one out of this, looking at how the rocks are positioned right now. The sweepers think it's down out of the hand.
Looks like this line's gonna get really tight for them.
Yeah.
クリーンクリーン
This
止まれ
really-
止まれていいよ
It really just came
Oh,
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it
was
came
going to say
down,
it over curled, but it
just pulled
just
up on
wasn't
them.
enough weight, unfortunately.
15点差
It's not a bad shot.
No, leaves it in quite a nice position. Leaves them staggered. Doesn't leave a run for Corryn.
Yeah, and Corryn's now looking like she's going to have to draw. I don't mind. Sometimes my favorite saying is a good defense is great offense. And
Do you like that or do you
putting
like
one top 4 here, and Corryn's not going to, or Yoshimura's not going to have a lot.
No. You put this top 4, and I think it's hard for Yoshimura to even
Try to
try
steal.
and steal or get shot.
I would agree.
She might have the yellow onto the red.
4 foot's
But-
ideal.
That's a tough shot in
4 foot's
itself.
ideal.
Let's hear what Corryn has to say, because she's saying 4 foot's ideal. You never want to be back 4 on this.
No, that gives Yoshimura an out to just come down and freeze and cap off.
8 foot is honestly better, but then back 4. Obviously, top 4 is perfect.
Hard line! Hard line!
The sweepers were on this out of the hand. Sometimes my sweepers are also on this out of the hand as well for line. They don't even wait for Jerry Lynn to call it. They just know that I've not thrown it that well. This one just looks a shade light, and I did say top 8 isn't bad, and
Top 8's not bad.
it sounds like Corryn heard me.
黄色いってや
She knew she didn't want to be
so
deep
ne.
there.
Exactly.
She was playing her tolerance as well.
Yeah. She
つ良さそうに見えるけど
just
な
just got buried too much.
これ
If she was wide open on that, even if
It's caught them,
Yoshimura tapped it to
Yeah,
the
she'd
button,
still have a shot in.
yeah.
幅一緒
And she might still,
Yeah, and
but
もう一
I
回
think we'll see the same shot again here from Yoshimura, just trying to tap their red up.
yeah.
And then Corryn might have a double. We'll
Yeah.
have to see how the rocks lie.
Yeah, I'm curious. They didn't take more ice on this. So
No, I'm wondering if
they're just bought
Like-
into the fact that they were quite light on the first one, and
quite light or if that
Maybe
first stone
picked.
was our Pig.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
just
you're
came
right.
up and curled on them.
It's always interesting when skips choose to throw with a curly rock. I certainly don't on purpose.
Okay, clean. Oh. Okay, clean. Clean. Yes. Oh. Oh.
This seems really, really close by the off and on.
Mark it. Mark it. Mark it.
Looks like she's a little high here, but it's coming in nice.
They are just so good at this
Oh,
shot.
what a shot.
Okay, nice.
Oh no, Corryn. I don't know what else to say. I think that if you hit all you
Ooh, I think
Corryn's
she
just
might
playing the draw straight up.
conceding her one.
Yeah, she's gonna try for one here. I was about to say if you hit the
they're throwing it
yellow.
away.
Oh, she's throwing it away.
She's conceding the one to Yoshimura. She's saying that was too good of a shot to even try anything on it. You know, I think, though, you could go yellow, red, red.
Yeah, I sort of thought so too, and it's I don't know. Corryn, like, to give up a steal is never bad here. I'm never
No.
gonna argue that throwing away this shot isn't a good thing, but I thought you could go yellow, red, red, and it was quite framed. But we're going into the break into N7 with Corryn Brown up 1 with the hammer.
Yeah, we're the next to score. Yeah. Don't sell the farm, right? Get a good one around and. Okay. Score some tough shot. Get a deuce here would be great. But one's okay. Okay. Let's go, yes.
And we are back in action here going into the 7th end. Yoshimura doing some work to pick up that up that one. Great last shot to be stealing there, forcing Corryn to throw away her rock, which in the booth here we are pretty surprised that she didn't try running her yellow stone to try and double out those reds. But not bad here to be up 1 with hammer and going into the 7th end. Switched commentators around here. Back with Ashton and Kayla. Jared stepping out for a hot second.
Yeah, the poor man is on a different time zone. He just got off a flight today, like
a
4
couple hours ago, yeah.
So we're gonna give him a break, and he'll do a little sheet update for us when we get back. But really good shot by Team Brown to come around. And Yoshimura playing these guards with fire. They're just taking onto the center line every time. Not a bad thing, but.
And as every lead knows, the center line is that all-important line that makes or breaks a center line guard. That being, if you're not touching the center line, the defending team has the opportunity to tick that off center.
I have a question. Are you stealing or are you forcing the send? What are you going for here?
Which one do you want then? Board? Okay.
I think depends if you're willing to throw away the game in the 7th.
Yeah. You know, Yoshimura is such a good team to the center. I think if I were them, they just picked up a steal against Brown. They might try to carry that momentum forward, especially it being such a good team to the center. Seeing Corryn Brown here be wide, I think this is going to jam And dead nut on their yellow. Really unfortunate for Sam there.
Yeah, you don't see those mistakes from Sam very often. I think it's the first one I've seen in 2 events now that happened like that. It also just super unlucky to jam right on the button. Yoshimura is going to take advantage here. You could, just throwing out ideas, throw the stack center line if you want to steal. And you'll see that a lot in the men's game. If you want to steal or force, they'll throw the stacked center. But
I think that's potentially what they were trying. Yoshi standing up there, they're trying to make it die. But I think, and we've had a conversation with our team when we did this too, is, you know, on some ice surfaces, you can't get away with the second rock down the path, having it stop for you. And I think in those situations, especially in this one, you just got to take your loss, know that it's heavy, and you have some really good sweepers on these rocks, especially being with seeing these slam teams here. So I think when Yoshi looked at them and was like, hey, you guys, let's go around, they should have just started pounding it to try and tuck a piece behind.
not a terrible situation though. Yoshimura's going to have another attempt to throw one guard, so just over the hog line on this.
These one guards are really hard when
And
there's a halfway guard.
We got a question to ask what the score is. The score is 4-3 for Team Brown, and Team Brown has hammer. So just an FYI on that. Yoshimura did steal in the 6th end to get to this score, though. So we're seeing a little bit of a momentum shift. Sorry, Ashton.
No worries. Looks like they're liking this one out of the hand.
Oh, you know what? Here, Jared, you can come back. I'll go get an update on the scoreboards.
And a really nice guard there. This one will be hard to get rid of both. Just because they're lined up super nice. Not a lot of space in between them though, so there is an opportunity for Corryn here to double these out and roll.
Yeah, you might even see the yellow go back onto the red one in the rings here, if they get lucky.
Whoa!
Calling wool right out of the hand.
Yep! Hard!
Oh, and they play it the other way.
I hate to say it, but one more good shot by Corryn Brown, and I think we're going to Blanksville.
Yeah, it might look Blanksville headed.
Yeah, just an update on the scores around the rings. We have Team Turanzoni playing Team Ha, and this is one of the lowest scoring games we've seen at the Autumn Gold this far. It's 2-1 for Team Turanzoni. Team Ha has hammer. Then on the other side, we have Team Richards versus Team Ueno. Team Ueno is up 3-2 in the 7th end without hammer. Team Richards has the hammer there. And then we actually have Team Schwaller versus Team Park. And Team Schwaller took a big 3 in N5, and they're up 6-2 against Team Park without hammer in the 6th end.
Oh, okay. Okay. こっちよりこっちの方が伸びてる？4.2。もうちょっと落とせるか。
Corryn's changing gears a little bit here. You could have played the double peel.
Whoa!
And got rid of or you could have played the run back and gotten rid of everything in the house.
Hard roll! Go! Good.
This is not a bad shot call.
No, not a bad shot call at all.
And Yoshimura does not care.
No.
It's actually hanging on to the forefoot there. And I really love the boldness.
Yeah, she's showing Corryn that she's okay if they lose a couple here in the 7th. But she's really trying to go for the steal.
Yeah. Which
when you're playing the odds is, I would argue, the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't mind losing the seventh end when I know I'm going into the 8th with a 5% odd of winning the game. Especially in the C qualification.
Yeah.
You're not going to play another game after this if you lose.
No, so you might as well go out swinging.
Yeah, and this really took off.
Okay.
I
Nose.
rarely see Team
Hair high, if
Yoshimura
anything.
not get by a guard.
Do you like board or 10?
They play them really close,
Okay.
but they almost always get by.
I mean, that's got to be a testament to their sweepers, though, too. Very strong sweepers out here.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if maybe they just getting a little bit tired.
Yes!
Same with Corryn Brown's team.
Hard!
Sam's going hard on this one. We don't want to jam,
Hard!
Looks pretty.
but
Hard!
it looks
Keep down.
good.
Stay down, please.
Nice shot by Aaron there.
Really nice shot, and we'll see if Team Yoshimura switches gears
Yeah.
and decides the
これ
blanks
こっち向きで
okay.
狙えないのか私シューターこっ
The
ち
double's there.
The double
It's,
is there, but
It's not there to stick.
どこでしょう
and be like in a good
ドロイクならもうここで勝負
No.
決めたんですよね
looks like Yoshi's contemplating the wide draw around here. Oh,
Really.
getting into this another little team discussion.
Yeah, I honestly, and I'll be the first to complain about teams taking too long, especially when I'm in the C final, like a 3-game day. But this shot's important. This is a game winner shot, or
Definitely.
a shot that I think
そっち
teams
のショ
should
ット
be
率
a
高い
part
か
of.
ダブルより使ってないけど
And the hesitancy, I think, that you're hearing in the booth from both Jared and I
これやると
with the wide come around is that Corryn
これ
has,
だと普通に弾けたら
I think, a pretty easy angle regardless.
Yeah. Regardless of where Yoshimura puts the stone, it's going to be in short little run back for Corryn.
ね
Yeah, and to be honest, if they watched any of Corryn's games, they know that's
もう一
sort
個
of
積
her
んでも
bread and
詰
butter
めるぐらい
is to
Yeah.
play those short little runs. Not even short. Like, Corryn doesn't need them to be
Oh,
short,
that's what
actually. She can make them when they're really high guard, and she'll make the run back when she needs to. So, this one I feel is quite easy for her, even if they make this perfect. And maybe Yoshimura doesn't care. They'll go back 4. That's not a bad call either. You go back 4, Corryn makes the run back, and you freeze.
You freeze,
A little
yeah.
doesn't seem like it at the time, but a little setup shot. And
ボールと
there
半
is
分
no.
か3分の2かけるぐらい
Sounds like that's what they're doing. Little
ワン
back
に
4
はしたいから
setup
半分
shot.
はかけときたい手前だったら手前で
We'll see. We'll see.
You know, though, if they put this top 4 half in, it's not the easiest run back. Corryn's gotta hit almost just half a stone.
I agree. Yeah, we're getting a comment. Did the event check the brooms of these players? Yeah, I would say that these players are one of them. Everybody on the ice at this level is incredibly truthful. They're all playing with regulated
ちょっとリリース強いよ
bombs and regulated
Please,
heads right now, so no need to worry. This is all
いや
regulated
待
play.
って
I don't know what happened here. I think maybe
ちょっ
it
と当たっ
picked.
てるおおクリークリーイエスイエスイエスイエスそのガードセンターに
Wow.
14.3
Really unfortunate.
Yeah,
I-
quite
Oh,
unexpected
変だった
there.
Yeah.
Didn't see quite if it picked or not.
I'll rewatch it on YouTube
There we go.
and see, but
Yeah, I kind of like that.
Just choke off like the run, and then it kind of guards it.
Yeah, but this is be on the way though, right?
I think it picked.
It might open
Almost,
that up too, right? Depending.
A quarter of the way down the sheet. It just.
Going off the comment though,
You can run that then.
in the comments there about the broom heads, World
And worst
Curling
case,
did
it's
just
one,
come
right?
out with
At
a
worst
new
case, so let's try to
policy on the broom heads for the Olympic
'cause then we could probably
qualifying
run that
event
in.
and
just like
pans and the
team
world, the worlds, where
I think that's close.
teams
line.
have to come onto the ice for every game with a fresh broom head.
Yeah, I actually saw that. You know what? I love to get your opinion on this as a curler that
We have
works
15,
full time,
right?
and I know one of the biggest debates is that it's
Okay, so a bit
not
more than that.
really
14 and a
affordable
half.
to a lot of teams that maybe don't have the
Sure.
opportunity to change their broom head sleeve every single game. For the fans that don't know,
So a bit more than I've been giving you.
broom head to change it costs around $30 per player per game. So if you're doing the math, that's $120 a game to play the sport at that level. And I know it's a pretty competitive level that they've started mandating that, so I'm not opposed at all. But for you
No,
guys,
I'm definitely not opposed to it. I definitely see the benefits. All teams coming out onto the sheet with clean brooms. You may see less picks, just even from debris falling off a broom head or anything like that. But yeah, the financial cost of it is definitely a worrisome fact, just because being from on the New Zealand team and everything like that, we are self-funded.
yeah,
We do get a little bit of funding from our national organization, but it's nowhere near anywhere as close to the amount of money that is coming into, say, a Calgary, or not Calgary, sorry, Canada
yeah,
team or a United States team kind of situation. So it's definitely a financial cost to us, but you know, I see the benefits. And at the end of the day, if we have to do it, we're going to find a way to make sure that we get there and get it
Yeah.
done.
yeah. And there was testing done. We did see with a really, really dirty broom head that men's teams could take the pebble right off the ice.
Yeah, and I
unfortunately,
think
so.
that was the main worry, is just creating a standard for all teams and a level playing field. Because like you say, even with the dirtier broom heads, they do create more of an effect on the ice than a clean pad would. So
Yeah. And I know that we got a comment to say that Yoshimura's first one's a cutter. I know it's a cutter, but even with a cutter rock, it only really impacts the rock like a couple of feet max, and maybe a foot. And that was a big jump. Regardless, they're playing the tap here. I love this call. I think they're going to be close. This, yeah.
what a shot there.
Great
shot by
shot.
Yoshimura.
I don't even know what Corryn has.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she has the wide spinner,
Seeing like 3/4 high or thinner, 2/3 high.
but she's gonna play run.
Oh, the double run, in fact.
I love this call. This is a low percentage shot, but a high percentage shot for Corryn Brown, and if I were a betting woman, I'd actually bet that she'd make this shot. So
I definitely think she'll be close.
yeah, I agree. And she's just playing so good right now. A steal of one's not bad for Corryn as well. I want to point out.
No, going tied into the last end with hammers, not a bad situation at all.
Yeah, I think she'll be quite close. Clean out of the hand.
Yes!
It's hanging. Oh,
It's really close.
oh, it's really close here.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh, just missed it. F-bomb from Corryn. love that. Slay, queen. And we'll just head to break here, going into the last end. Tie game.
yeah. Okay, get 2 good ones in there. I don't think they might do that little top thing.
All right, and starting the next end here, Yoshimura picking up a little bit of momentum, having a tied game. Got a comment from one of the viewers. Jared's just gonna scroll to it to me. Keith Keller stated that they should let the skips use dirty heads since everyone knows that they can't sweep well. Boo. I'm just gonna let my skipper over here, Kayla, comment on that comment.
Always real.
Yeah, sometimes skips. No, it's true actually. Skips can't sweep well. There's no way. I can't sit in front of Ashton and tell her that I sweep better than her. So, no, I agree. We should be allowed to use
Get a piece, Barry.
dirty
Go, go,
broom.
go, 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 go.
Well, you heard it right here, folks, from Kayla Skurlick. You know what? I would agree that skips maybe aren't trained as much in the sweeping realm. That's for sure. As someone like a lead, or if you play how we play with our third rock thrower actually being a primary sweeper. Yeah, I'd say that you can't take that away from us, but more and more skips are playing mixed doubles actually. So now they have to learn to sweep, and now they get to feel for us how hard it is to sweep out there. And Kayla over here is just going to give us an update.
Yeah, so I'll give an update on who's qualified for playoffs because I think it's
center?
super important. Every single game out
Do you
here
like the roll?
is a C qualifier, so it's do or die. But the teams that are in are Team Gim,
10?
who, fun fact, they're the only team that has the potential to win 4 Autumn Gold titles in a row. They won out of the A, and if they win on Sunday or on Monday, they'll be the only team to win 4 straight out. And also uniquely in a row. Really dominant performance here. And then we have Team Reese Hansen, a dark horse, really young team. I think a U26 team, qualifying on the second A side. And we have Team Morrison and Team King that qualified B, just a draw go.
And then I'll give a little update on the scores around the sheets here. Schwaller is up 6-4 over Park in the 8th with Hammer. Graceland Richards is down 2-6 to Ueno with Hammer in the 8th. Savannah Tiernzoni is up 2-1. And we're just going to figure out if she has Hammer or not in the 8th.
Give us some time. They're actually still in the 7th.
Okay, little curling zone error here. The Schwaller game is actually still in the 7th end. So we'll give you an update in a second here. Kayla's saying she'll update us halfway through this end.
Oh, and just a little bit of an error in that peel there. Just over curling and having that red stick around to guard the side button. It actually puts Yoshimura in a little bit better position because now they can freeze to that back yellow rock and be right behind the guard. Just throwing another high one here. They don't care how many yellow rocks are in the rings right now. All they care about is having enough cards for Yoshimura's last to sit shot. They only need to steal one now to win the
Probably
game.
gonna come back here.
Corryn just opting for the 1 here. Just peel the top one, Sarah Colton.
Whoa!
Well, out of the hand here. You'll see Aaron try to curl. It looks like it will be
You're
a
you're
good
fine.
shot.
Watch the center.
A nice shot there from Sarah Colton.
Ooh, looks like we got Yoshimura thinking about coming in here. I wonder if,
マシンに乗せたい。
would you guys play another guard?
I think we'd
Yeah.
absolutely play another guard. This seems really early to be coming in, especially with only one guard in play. As soon as Corryn Brown rips that guard, if this shot is not absolutely perfect, they're just going to be trying to chuck up as many guards as they can.
ちょっと待てるよ。
Yeah, and I think once Corryn, I don't think Corinne's going to be worried about this one at hand. I think they're just going to go up there and peel. And then Yoshimura has to make 3 perfect guards on this rock for Corryn not to have a shot to get it out of there.
いい感じ、いい感じ、いい感じ。
And good
What a
thing this
very
one
nice
is
shot.
perfect. And you know what? Even very, very, very bold for the sweepers to not even clean that, especially after watching Yoshimura's first one in the last end pick. So paid off for them. Great shot here. And Corryn Brown,
Clean.
pretty straightforward strategy for these next few rocks. Just peel, peel, peel. Give yourself the best opportunity to have an open shot for the win.
Yeah, and we'll see Yoshimura, yeah, just wants to guard.
Okay.
And you know, the pin is not covered here, so I think no matter how they're stacking these guards, Corryn is always going to have a shot for the win, whether may it be a draw to the pin or they even have this in off of their own to try and punch that red sideways.
Yeah, Corinne's definitely got options on the last couple shots here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see. I'll take over as a skip on the bench here, but I think on Yoshimura's last one, we're going to see a hidden roll off the
ちょ
yellow
っと近い、ちょっと近い。
to sit in the top of the forefoot there, and then Corryn will
Yeah,
have a
then
really,
縦にしたいか。
really hard shot to score. They're going to waste some rocks on some guards, but I'd be really surprised if Yoshimura doesn't put
Finish.
a hidden roll on her
Should I
last.
try to make contact?
And then Corryn won't have that much. to
Peel's
score.
fine, but try to make contact.
And Corinne's going to try and make contact here. She's okay with the peel, but if they make contact, it makes it a lot easier on Corryn for her last couple shots.
Yeah, and I think the most important part of them calling this shot is a peel is good. The last thing you want to do
Yes,
is nut.
yes.
Although it's
Yeah.
very, very, very hard to do.
Whoa. Curl.
Ooh,
Yep.
This one's curling up on them.
It looks like they're just going to
Ooh,
nose.
she'll make
and
contact.
she'll make contact, but red will stick in the rings, and they still
Sorry, I
have
just didn't want to.
that center guard up.
こうインオフがなくなるこのキャッチになってタップされるのとちょっと境目だけど
So now Yoshimura has some
インオフが
some
なくなる
advantage here to throw another one to sit kind of top button, and especially with them throwing that shot, they actually
あで
moved
もこ
that
れより半個下下が
guard
れば全
over
然
to cover more of the button than last time. So Yoshimura will have the opportunity to make a better top button shot here.
Yeah,
And-
but like you were saying before, I think Corinne's always going to have that yellow in off.
That's true. It might be harder now that if they throw this shot and Corryn goes to throw that in off, there's more potential that that red dead nuts on that side red there and stays for
very
shot.
true.
They have really choked up the broom.
ボトムタッチしないで
A few ends before this, we saw it not curl as much, especially with just watching the last shot that they had just thrown here. They were completely off of it. It came down.
If you were a skip, would you throw the cutter on this one or the next one?
I think I'd be throwing the cutter on this one. You know, even if you're a guard here, that's not... It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think, yeah, I'd throw it on the first stone here like you say, if they come up short and it's like another guard, it's not a bad situation. Leaves Corryn.
Or would you not put a cutter in your hand?
I wouldn't
I
put a
would
cutter
never
in
put
my
a
hand.
cutter in my skipp's hand. No, absolutely not.
Unfortunately. But, you know, these ladies know what they're doing out there, so I'll leave it up to them to decide.
With choking that broom up, I don't know if she is throwing a cutter on her first.
This one looks really good.
And great shot here
Yeah,
by
what a nice
Yoshimura.
shot.
You can see a little bit of it, but I think Corryn is throwing the run here.
So like a millimeter high.
Any shot to win a game. She's gonna
Oh, plant it. Then we're going there. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Planting's fine. I think error's over curl, I think. Do you like that?
And Corryn talking a little bit about this shot, talking about what she means by planting, means just running that yellow straight back and having it stick there. Obviously, she had mentioned that over curl is fine, and I think it's to be able to hit that side red one and even just roll behind. Close out of her hand.
Woo!
Calling hard. And now right off. And not a bad shot, but now she blocks off her in-off. And Yoshimura will have the opportunity to guard this rock on her last, and Corryn will potentially have a really hard shot to draw to the side pin or hit and roll really thick off of her side yellow.
The other option is to
ATV
throw the freeze on the red, and even if you are a little bit on the right-hand side, it's going to be very, very hard to remove both stones just with that yellow sitting in the 8 foot on the right-hand side of your screen there. So I think that's what Yoshimura maybe debated for a second. They're going to go with the guard, but I just want to point out there were maybe 2 options there that Yoshimura could have thrown.
Yeah, I think with the only risk with throwing the freeze there is that you maybe tap the red too far and just make an easy double for Corryn.
Opened up the broom a little bit here, which makes me wonder if she's now throwing her cutter on this one.
And I guess for this last stone, being a guard, the cutter might be the play here.
Yeah, most of the times for a guard, because they're not coming that close into the rings, you'll actually see some skips choke up the broom a little bit or give a little bit less ice for guards, just because they're not traveling as far as the ones coming into the house. You don't get quite as much finish off of them. But with her opening up this broom here, I'm wondering if she's throwing that cutter. It also just looks like a little bit more rotation. It's really, really moving here. And what a perfect guard by
Yoshimura.
So I think Corryn here might be playing this slash.
Like Kayla mentioned before, the shot for Corryn to make the win is the slash run in.
No one has really seen this line out here before, so a little bit of a really good guess here for Corryn's line.
Are you guys betting she makes this or
Like
no?
that broom, we're going to hear that.
You know what? I'd always bet on Corryn to make a slash or to make a run in on her last, especially when she doesn't have to plant it. She really just has to touch that red back.
Yeah,
so
she's just going to make contact here. With second and third shot, she does not have to stick around.
Kind of a tricky spot here, though. Calling right off and curl out of her hand, but Corryn is yelling close.
She's got to be close.
Oh,
here.
and just sneaks by. Disaster!
And Yoshimura will steal the win from Corryn. And will
Wow.
be 5-4 a final.
Yoshimura really grinding.
So just before we end here, a little bit of an update. Turnzoni is now up 4-1 in their game going into the last end, and you can always tune in. There's a quite close game on sheet 5 happening right now. So if you want to tune in, it's actually being live streamed on Curling Zone to see the ending there. But Team Ueno, as mentioned in the comments, has also qualified for playoffs as well. So we'll see a Yoshimura Ueno qualification, and it's looking very positive for Team Schwaller and Team Turnzoni as well.